Hello and welcome back to Scratchbook Models. So today we're going to be building a mini table saw. So this one was built out of really thin ply. I built this many years ago. So today we're going to be rebuilding it out of balsa, and it should be much more detailed and also a lot more real in the way it was done. So let's get into it. So to start off with, I've already cut the tops. That's roughly what size my top's going to be. Then I'm going to do a box coming down from this, so it's going to be a square box. And then that's going to have legs coming out slightly diagonally like they are in real life. So I'll see you when I've done the box. So I've got all the bits cut for the box now, so we're going to glue it together. I'm just using hot glue like always. I'm not sure if this will exactly fit because it was only very rough when I cut it and I had to square everything up a bit. But we'll glue the two sides on and we'll make the other bits fit. Now these bits should fit in between. Yeah, that one fits okay. But I think the other one is slightly longer, so we might have problems with that, but we'll see how it goes. Right, so that's that. Now for this one. Right, so that's our top box of the saw. Now we're going to make some legs for it. So on to the legs. I'm about to take these outside and burn them with a blowtorch. They've been such a pain. This is the 5th time me recording and trying to get them to work. So I'm going to go for a slightly different style. I'm just going to stick them inside and have them at a slight angle. I got it to work last time, but I cut them off too short, so hopefully this will work. And I need a bit of them. I could use the others, but just to stop these from wobbling around so much. Then we'll do this one. And cut them 2 bits off roughly. Obviously they're going to get cut down shorter. So I'm going to angle them out in the corners slightly. That's probably too much. Then just cut them down a little bit at a time. So that one needs re-gluing. It's too sharp at the turn, so that's our man. So we can try and even these up now. So this size I'm happy with, so we've got to trim these off slightly now. If we can get this back corner done and glued in properly, then we can just focus on the one leg that doesn't want to sit right. So that's getting there now. Push them in a tad. Alright, now we just got to even them all up. There we go. And then that's about the right height. They almost want to go a little bit lower. Yeah, that's about right. Doesn't want to sit right though. So if we actually put, this is a bit bowed that, but if we put them down there, that doesn't want to sit right. So these have got to come off. Tad more. That one I cut too short, but that's about the right height now. Just trim them down a tad and then maybe glue a bit on the bottom of the one I cut a tad too short. Right, that's about right now. So a bit wobbly, but we'll sort that out with a bit of sandpaper in a minute. And then we'll glue some supports in between, so we'll get on with that. So I've got the supports in between the legs done now, so that's done. So now I've got to paint it, and then it should look better after that, and then when we've painted it, we'll do the blade. So we're back, and I've got it painted now, so I just painted that in black. And now we're on to the blade. So for the blade, I just printed out a blade on a Word document, and now we're going to fold it in half and put it on. So we only want a tiniest bit of glue, and then get that in half, and then we'll put that on there. So we'll put a bit in there. And that's our blade on it like that. Right, I'll let that set, clear up them bits of glue on it, and I'll show you it when it's done. So we've got it sorted now, so that's all done. You could always add extra detailing with like the on and off button. We're going to put a lead on it in a minute, and the next thing I'm going to show you is with these pallets. So these are like the cheap pallets, you get these in big bags off of Seeker and all sorts of different websites. So for my displays, I often have them cutting up pallets. So I often cut these up a bit, because you do get these bigger pallets, but these smaller ones here work a lot better with the scale. So what we're going to do is quite simply, we're going to cut these, we're going to cut one bit off. So that's one bit gone, and then the next bit we're going to cut the first runner on it, and then we're going to cut it again so we've got a bit of a gap, and then well, if it works, which it should do, you might need to always like cut it wider. You can have it so it's cutting up the pallets. So we'll get onto the cable for it now. So for the lead, just might use any black cabling, but this stuff here, this came with the welder from HRT, and I've got loads of it left over, so I'm just going to use some of this. Then we're just going to cut it to length. So we don't want that much. So you could always have this, you could always do it so it's a table saw on your PTO retractor, but I'm going to do it so it's one that's just an electric one that's plugged in, and then underneath just put a bit of glue. We'll put that in there. And then we'll get a piece of wire in a minute and make a holder for it. So I've got this small piece of wire, and I'm just going to bend this. Well, actually I'm going to put it in straight first, so we're going to have the hook around there. That's way too long as it is. Right, that's in good now. So now we've got the hole there, we're going to just bend that up so you get the hook. And we'll just shove, well, we'll put a little, where's it gone there? So we'll put a little bit of glue on this, and then put it back in. So we're just going to put it in the end of the glue gun. Put a little bit on it, because if you have too much it won't go in. And put that back in the hole. So you can see that's way too tall at the moment, so I have to clip that off. And then you've got your little hook you can roll your cable up on. So there it is, finished and set up on the scene. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and see you again soon. Any questions you have about anything, just leave them in the comments.